Welcome guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Jish and welcome back to another XJ650 build video. Before we kick this video off, I'd like to announce this video is proudly sponsored by Skillshare. More on that later on. So in this video, we are going to be doing all manner of messing with this XJ650. We've got a list of jobs to do. We've got some new cool things to put on the bike and some things we want to go over that we've done previously. But all in all, we're going to get a lot done today, hopefully, and get one step closer to getting this bike finished. First up, we're going to be looking at the exhaust tip. Now, for those who follow me on Instagram, you'll have already seen this, but for those who don't, link down below, go and check me out. If you go back a few episodes, you'll remember we had this made. This was just a prototype print to fit the end of the exhaust. Well, now we've got it finally finished and we've got it finally printed in metal. So I'd like to thank Heath at Evol Components for sorting this out for me. This is super cool, and if you didn't know, this is actually his logo. And before those ask, I don't really think this is going to restrict much airflow on the exhaust system. Anyway, let's get this little piece fitted. I know some people are thinking that's so blingy with the gold, but trust me, just trust me, it'll all work out with the final colour scheme of this bike. So, next on the agenda is actually sorting this out. Making a little pull for the seat lock, because at the moment I've just been having it hanging out here, but now that's not accessible anymore, so we need to sort this out and make something proper, which is going to involve this, a little keyhole. So the idea I've got in mind is to place this here, because that's a real good length for this cable, and to be honest, it's not going to interfere with anything. I just need to drill a hole just here for this to sit here, meaning the keyhole will probably sit just around here. Just to quickly show you, I bought this as a kit off eBay. I'll leave the link down below in the description. It did come with some other bits, but I don't need those. This is literally all I need. Nice, easy, unlock, simple. Well, that worked an absolute treat. I've been meaning to do that for so long and I'm so glad it's out of the way. It's such a little part, but it's one of those things you want to take your time and get right and make sure it all works properly. So before we go any further, I'd like to talk about today's sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is for creative and curious people who want to expand their mind. I've been using Skillshare over the last month to learn 3D modeling and 3D printing, but I'm also looking forward to diving deeper and learning some other new skills, such as animation that will complement my editing process. There are even classes in engineering and motor mechanics. So for those who are new to motorcycle building, there's something there for you. So if you're interested in learning, the first 1,000 of my subscribers will get a free 2-month membership, and it's only $10 a month for an annual subscription. So go and check it out, link down below in the description. So thank you again Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Now let's carry on. So the next thing I would like us to sort out is the front mudguard. Now, I don't actually have one on the CB125, but I definitely want one on the XJ650. But this here, this was actually bought off eBay. This is a hand-rolled aluminium mudguard, but it's slightly too long for what I want. So what I plan on doing is shortening it, reshaping it. That kind of is an indicator for me where to cut. And then we'll need to go down the process of making some mountings for this. So there'll be a little bit of eyeballing, a little bit of fabrication, a little bit of work here and there, but it should be a nice little touch for the bike. So let's get chopping. So I've got this kind of roughed out and I'm quite happy with the shape. Probably could do with a little bit more fettling. This will be painted black, by the way, just so you know. But yeah, I just want to talk through what I'm doing with this. So I wanted to keep it slimline and small, but it also needs to have a few practical functions. For example, the linkage here for the brakes needs to have a bracket on the back. Same again with this line, I need to make something that holds this off and away from the tyre so it doesn't foul or rub. So for the brackets, I plan on taking a little bit of inspiration from Thornton 100 and how he makes his mudguard brackets on his bobbers. They just look so cool. Making those should involve a little bit of TIG welding, and if you hadn't already noticed, I have myself a TIG welder, which I have not used yet and have not managed to do anything with, but something else I would very much like to learn. But if you don't have a go, you will never ever learn how to do these things. So at this point we need to do a bit of 3D modeling, get some things CNC machined, and a hell of a lot of fabrication work. I doubt we'll get it all done in this video, but at least we'll make a start. But it is doing all these little jobs that make all the difference in the build. They may be small and they may be really inconsistent with the flow of the videos, but they're all steps forward into finishing this bike. So in true Jish fashion, we're not going to be doing the mudguard today. There's literally nothing more we can do this episode just because it's a Friday here, so things won't come till next week now. But that doesn't mean it's the end of the video. We can do a little bit more. This episode is pretty much filling in all the blanks, doing all those little annoying jobs that you mean to do but never get round to doing. But we're going to plow through them all in one go and go to show that you can make decent progress even when you feel like all these little jobs don't actually account to anything. So the next thing is this right here. This real annoying gap. So as you know, last year we changed the hoop, we cut it out and welded in a new one, and ever since this has not fitted properly. So we need to work on that. Plus it is a little bit on the wonky side, so we still need to finish off the final shape before we can get the seat pan made. So we're going to work on this and we're going to make this gap flush. So all I can do now is wait. Yep, you guys are gonna hate me. I think I'm gonna end the video here, but rather than classing this video as a flop, just know that these small things, they are just as important as the big jobs that you do on the bikes. They may seem insignificant on their own, but altogether, soon realize how much you actually have got done. And on that note, thank you very much for watching. Next video is going to be a Sweet Cheeks Part 2. I'd appreciate it if you could click that subscribe button. Only a small percentage of you are actually subscribed to this channel. Like this video, that always helps out. Join me on Patreon if you'd like to see early access. And always, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you in the next video. Peace.